Okay, I think let's just get started. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good, good. So first of all, welcome all to join us for this ViaRT workshop led by Alem. For those who are new to ViaRT competition, please allow me just introduce a little bit about this competition. So it's a recycled art competition for primary and secondary school children. And previously, the deadline of submission is October 22nd. And because of COVID, we have extended to November 22nd. So we still have a month to submit your artwork, anything using recycled material, either poster, sculpture, or painting. Okay, before I give the stage to Alem, let me just share a short video of ViaRT for you to know a little bit about this competition. Let me just let people in. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Can you see my screen share?
Yep.
Okay, great. This is a video, a short video about ViaRT. Okay, thank you for watching. Let me move back. To stop sharing. Okay. Okay. So on your Zoom meeting, you supposed to have on the right corner, you supposed to have a button. So when we switch from myself speaking to Mr. Alem, so you will see Alem's video as the main main screen on your laptop. Okay. So let me introduce Mr. Allen. He is a full-time artist as well as a professor for sculpture in ALU school in Zagreb. And he is the author for a few public sculptures, and he is the winner for a few awards in for sculpture area. And we are very honored to have him today to give us this workshop. So this is the last workshop we are host in ViaRT. It's a 2-session workshop. So today is the part 1, and on November 7th, same time, 4 p.m., it's part 2. So I will give the stage to Mr. Alem, and welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Ying. Thanks for invitation. Thanks for everybody who joined this meeting. As Ying said, I am a sculptor. I also use some other media, but mostly everything I do, whether it is drawing or video or photography or whatever, it is connected somehow to some extended understanding of sculpture. So Ying and myself decided to give this workshop about my public art in order to finish it in 2 weeks with your works, which could be maybe somehow inspired by my public art. So what I'm going to talk you about today is my concept and about some of my public art sculptures, but also about some sculptures that are not realized, but in my opinion have interesting viewpoints or think about sculpture also in some other sense. So after this meeting today, we will have 10 days for you to send me your materials, which I will explain you later what it should be. So I will Photoshop it, put it in a surrounding in your city or in your somewhere in your country where you decide to try to put it. So to begin, I will go with some kind of order from my oldest works to newest one. So the first one that I will show you is a monument for. Just a sec, I have to share screen. Monument for soldiers that died in a war in Croatia. Unfortunately, most of public sculptures that are built nowadays in Croatia are dedicated to our recent war. But what I'm trying to do when I'm making my public art connected to these unfortunate events is not to feel this heaviness or not to feel this sorrow, but to give some kind of hope to make a public sculpture that will function as public sculpture, and just the cause behind putting it on the spot is this recent war. Anyway, this is my oldest one, and this is my oldest son, also in the middle of sculpture, who is 18 now. And my daughter back there, she's 15, and my wife anyway, so you're meeting my family some 15 years ago. So this sculpture is posted in town Šibenik, which is a town on Mediterranean Sea. So I wanted to have this sense of Mediterranean inside, or any kind of sea. So as you could see, the sculpture, it has a form of wave. So it's growing somehow from earth, from ground back to ground, and then it makes another curve to heavens. So lots of my works have this narrative, some kind of story that you follow by following the form. So if you come from this part of sculpture, so from earth back to earth and then to heaven, it can describe the lives of soldiers that died in that war, and in which honor this monument was built. Also, you can see this form of spiral that can also remind of a shell, but also on the front side you can have some notion of sails. So lots of those views. So depending on which side you're observing the sculpture, you can have some relations to living by the sea. Okay, so here you can maybe see this sail, which is like full of wind, so it's sailing away. And also inside there is a sentence from from a poem that tells about how, you know, how the lives that people gave to homeland wasn't spared. Though I have my opinion about that, but that's the other story. And also on this side you can see place where the names of soldiers are written, so people can commemorate um, and honor them. Yeah, so here from this side you can see so it's in a part of the city that was built in 70s, but it's also very close to the sea. I wanted to show you also just I have this good documentation of how this sculpture was made. We will go just briefly through that because I find it pretty interesting. So also the making of sculpture was somehow close to making of boats. So you will see what I mean. So we were making wooden construction, which was then covered by MDF plates and then by wire net, and then we applied plaster over it, and then it was finished. So that's the guy from the first photo a few years earlier. And also these are parts of aluminium when it started to be cast in the sculpture that was supposed to be put on the spot. So yeah, why I use aluminium in most of my public sculpture or some other material that is more light is because the reason is that it's more light. So bronze has this very strong notion of commemorative, very serious stuff, but in my opinion these lighter materials have better communication to surrounding area. So this is the opening, yeah, and we're back to a next to the first photo. Yeah, now I will show you next sculpture. Okay, so next one would be, wait, okay, just I have to, why something's happening here. Wait, I don't understand why I cannot. Okay, so next sculpture, or just, okay, I have to share screen. Okay, so this is the next sculpture. So as you can see, this is a render, so 3D 3D rendering of the idea. So this is something that went for the competition that myself and architects sent for a jury. Yeah, I didn't mention, I very often cooperate with architects, not only because I like cooperations, but also because of their technical knowledge. So when you apply for competitions like this for public art, you have to be sure that that your sculpture, if you win, is possible to be made. So this one is also for the war victims. and I also hope that you don't feel this heaviness of the topic. About the city Karlovac, where this sculpture is put. The city is lies on banks of 4 rivers. So I wanted to use that fact in this idea. So again, there is this narrative of 4 rivers passing through this like rural area. So like coming from surrounding nature, getting into the city, which is symbolized by this square. And then you will see on photos later, this flow of rivers come to turbulent period, and in one point the flow stops being on the pavement, but it starts to flow towards the heavens. I think you understand the symbolism of this. So rivers, symbolism of rivers can be connected very well to some symbolism of life itself. So rivers with all the obstacles that they pass by and flow further with same strength symbolizes the lives. So from the frontal, this is the frontal part, and the frontal part, again, names of victims are written, which gives a possibility for this commemorative part. And you see this now these turbulent times, let's say, in the flow of the river. So when the war comes, it's turbulent, and then it flows back to the sky. Yeah, I forgot about these 4 lines on the top of each of let's call them rivers. There is a stream of light that brings those rivers much further than the earth. So you can see the stream of light from far away. Unfortunately, this was very well accepted, and I think it is a very important part of sculpture, but still it hasn't been realized. So I hope in future we will finish also that part of the sculpture. So anyway, this is the night view of a sculpture. It is very popular in with youngsters. You can see lots of kids playing around, which makes me very happy, because that way you understand that your sculpture is it became a part of everyday's life in this town. Yeah, so this is the view from above. These 3 guys are skaters. They are skating around, and it really thrills me to know that this is so this is very well accepted. You can see prints of hands of youngsters who are playing around, so on this photo. Yeah, and something for Singapore people who doesn't have opportunities to see such views. Yes, this is very romantic, snow falling over my sculpture. Yes, this sculpture is made out of stainless steel, also because this kind of material is very well works very well and reflects the surrounding, and that doesn't, yeah, I think it's just much better if you can reflect your surrounding with your sculptures. Okay, so I will show you now the next one. Next one, yeah, this one is one of rare public sculptures that I have made and are not connected to wartime. Yeah, so this is a monument to bicycle. It is in a city Koprivnica on the north of Croatia. Interesting thing about this city is that they have a really strong industry. They're pretty rich. But they have a really strong tradition in using bikes uh, for transport. So yeah, they even though they have a rich community, they don't have public transport at all. They don't have buses. They don't use it in the city because everybody is on the bicycle. So there is one NGO that wanted somehow to mark this fact somehow. So they announced a competition that I have won with very simple idea. I wanted to emphasize this the frequency of bicycles in this city, but also I wanted to make it very simple. So my main idea was to use the etymology of word bicycle, which is Greek bi and kyklos, which is in translation two circles. So I just translated Greek words to sculptures and made two circles connected together. And the idea is to make more of them. So this is one group of 7 bicycles, which are the same proportion but different sizes. So for each size of man to use other size of bicycle. Yes, so this is also stainless steel sculpture. My idea was also to make similar groups of these bicycles, so-called bicycles, in fewer posts of the city. So there should be like groups of 3 and groups of 8. I don't know, just to emphasize this the fact of bicycles everywhere around the city. Yeah, and this this sculpture also became like a landmark in Koprivnica. They say this is the first monument to bicycle worldwide. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is my my monument that I made for Koprivnica city. Okay, so let's go further. The next one is just yeah. So this is the work that was sent for the competition. I think it is good illustration of what public sculpture or public art can be. So I haven't won this one. This is just an idea, the 3D render. And it is also commemorates some tragical event in one Croatian island where 12 young firemen died in their intervention on putting out the fire. So these are very young lives. It was really national tragic. So the competition was made for public art dedicated to those guys. So you see here two very different photos. On the right side there is the exterior, and on the left there is interior. So this is something that is pretty close to architecture. On the right side you can see the, let's call it a building or construction that is built in a manner that is very usual for Croatian early early Christian chapels, which can be found all over the Croatian coast. So it is built by rough stones and have this very simple shapes. So you see on the bottom the plan is a square, and on the top it is a cross. So there is this transformation from square to the cross. I don't usually use religious symbols in my art, but here, since it was the tragedy happened in the area where the people are very religious, and this in such tragical events you just cannot find comfort anywhere but in religion. So I made this building or a sculpture that transforms from the square, which is the symbol of the earth, to a cross, which is a symbol of hope. This construction is also, as you can see on the top, is not finished in a finished manner. It is it gives a notion that something has stopped. So you feel as it should be built even more, which symbolizes also the lives of those youngsters who just should have lived much longer. Anyway, here on this part there is an entrance in this object, and this is what it looks like from the inside. So inside it is the stainless steel plates are put on the walls, and on the top there is just a hole in the shape of cross. As you can see at the top, there are also names of 12 guys that died, and this resonancy, like spatial resonancy that you can see in the sky, gives this a hope of their eternal life. Yes, and also I wanted to create the space that you can feel coldness. When you enter to this area in the inside, you feel like you're in some kind of ice cube. So I will show you a few more. There is one more part of this project, which is olive yard, so with 12 olives. I wanted to also somehow commemorate these 12 guys, so that you can somehow personally approach to the symbol of each one of them. So this is the pavement that comes from the harbor, though it's not a harbor, it's the sea. And then you come to this commemorative part, and then you can come here and nourish olive trees in order to commemorate their lives. Okay, so this is architectural drawings from each side of the objects. Okay, so you enter here, and then the space where you look above, where this cross is inside. Okay, yes. So that's the idea of that sculpture. Okay, so we go further. Just a sec. Okay, so this is another project that is realized. So this is a sculpture, or let's say an ambient in Koprivnica city. Okay, so the competition for this monument was entitled Competition for the Monument to Liberty, to freedom. So when I was contemplating about freedom, about what has no boundaries, what's crossing every boundary, so that's in my opinion, freedom, just to have no borders. I understood that the sound is the something that you cannot hold. So that's the symbol of freedom. And also there is again this somehow spiritual subcontext in this sculpture. In many Eastern religions, the bell is a part of spiritual practices. So what I have done here is a very simple thing. I have built a bell, and I have built these surrounding circles that remind of the way that sound spreads around the space. And also I wanted to give the city mayor and people who decide in this city, wanted to give them a hint to build whatever they built in the city, like some benches, or if they grow a tree or trees around, to make it to orientate it according to this bell. So the idea was, in I don't know 20 years, if you watch from above, so you can see these parts of these circles that surround a bell. Okay, so these spaces here are coats of arms of army troops that were part of this area. Okay, so this I have some problems with colors in this sculpture, because the part that architects have made was not in my jurisdiction, so I just don't like some of materials that I used. But I think the idea here is most important, and that's what this presentation is about in the first place. Okay, and then we will go further. Again, there is an idea that I want to discuss here, so you will see why it's not realized. It's a very very expensive and very controversial, I would say, project. So this is a project for monument to homeland. So this is the city of Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, and I wanted somehow to discuss about what the monument is, what the monument of homeland should be. So whether it is a monument that you watch, that you look at, or it can be an object from which you look at the homeland. So just to change perspective. So this is of course the idea of a project that is 155 meters high, which would make this object the highest building in the city. And on the top there is this glass tube where you can enter by elevator, and then from which I think it's 6 by 6 by 6 meters, from which you can observe the surroundings. So since Zagreb is on this side, there are hills, but the other side, it is very plain. You could, on good days, you could see really far away. So these are all photoshoppings of this, let's call it sculpture. This would be the night view. So during the night, you could see high on the in the sky this glass cube that is like a lighthouse in the city. Yeah, and these are also architectural drawings of this object, which consists of few. So it's not only this space, but here it's 12 by 12 meters entrance to this object. So this is yeah. So this is the detail where you can enter inside. This is commemorative room where you can burn candles for you know what commemorative purposes are. This is like a memorial room for Homeland War. This is the kind of room where you can use it for some lectures and so on. And the staircase brings you to the elevator, which lifts you up to this viewpoint at high above. Okay, and we go a bit further. And second, okay, so this is my latest monument. It is again, unfortunately, dedicated to victims of war, but this time in Bosnia, the neighboring country. This is the project for that monument. Again, it has some narrative. This city of Bihać, where this sculpture is posted, had a really bad wartime period because they spent few years in surrounding. So this ring is somehow reminding of that period of being surrounded by enemy forces. So also the narrative of connecting the earth, which is somehow always a symbol of a struggle and sorrow and something heavy. The ring is this ring started to lift up, and on the one part the ring is broken, and which symbolizes the break of this siege that Bihać was under for a few years. So this is the final result. I haven't, due to COVID, I haven't been to the spot. The sculpture was finished without my. I started it, but finish was without my presence. So I also have some things to say about the pavement and stuff. But you know, we go further. We cannot control everything. So this is the final result of that project. Okay, and now we will see why we are here at all. I will stop share. So I was telling you at the beginning about what I would expect you to make. So that would be a conclusion to this workshop. So I found some images of workshop that I was running maybe 7-8 years ago, with also young kids from island of Vis in Croatia. So on that workshop I told them to think about it is a small fisherman's town, to think about what would they find important enough in their island or in their village to make a monument to. So you will see some results. I say again, this is just a sec. Wait, something is. Wait. Okay. So these are like young guys, just young as I saw few beautiful girls on this photo, on these small windows on my right. They are not here anymore. Okay, so this is result of one of young pupil. So this is the sculpture of the sea. So this guy wanted to make the sea, so to monument to the sea. So he made a small sketch, painted it in few different shades of blue, and then we made photos and Photoshop into the real place. Wait. Okay. The other guy, just since these all fishermen's small towns on Croatian coast are not fishermen that much as touristic, he just made a sculpture of a tourist lying on the beach. So we Photoshop the guy at the beach. Then another pupil understood that his city doesn't have, or village doesn't have, a public clock. So he made one and we put it on this post, which could be considered as a main square, since this is, I say again, a small city on the coast. They don't have really squares, but this is the closest place to a square. So he made a sculpture of public watch, public clock. That's the one. I'm not sure really the reason behind this one. I think this is made by my daughter, which she was like 6 years old at that time. But anyway, I find it interesting shape, so I Photoshop also it in a position in the city. Okay, so it's an abstract sculpture. Maybe the lines here remind about waves. Maybe that's her view to what the sea is, or whole surrounding. And then there is a relief of a fish, monument to a sailor, apples and pears and orange. Also very nice sculptures, you know, reminding of the surrounding area, which is agricultural. Yeah, and that's it. I will now show you the material that they have sent me for they have sent me for, and I will now explain to you what I need from you. Okay, so these are materials that were sent to me. Okay, so it's a sculpture. What I need from you, when you make a sculpture, you try to think about what you want to emphasize in your surround. What do you think that is very important for your city or for yourself? And which place in your city or village or surrounding is so important to you, or in life of this city, that just needs a place for people to look at art. So you make me a photo of your sculpture, whatever it is. It should be photographed from the same point. So how to explain? Okay, if the sun is on the right side, so, and the shadow is on the left, when you photo your sculpture, you make photography of a place that you want to put your sculpture on, like exactly the same. So make a photo that the light is from the right and the shadow is on the left, or otherwise. So make a photo of place and the sculpture with the shadow on the same side. I hope you understand what I'm. Oops, what did I do here? I hope I'm clear enough about what I'm saying. But when I finish, I can explain some more if you want. Anyway, so these are photos. These are photos, and then when I Photoshop, I cut off the sculpture and the shadow and put it in the space where the shadow is from the same side, which makes the Photoshop image much more genuine. So this is just a folder with many photos. Okay, so these are the places to put the sculpture on. So yeah, it's a beautiful city, of course. If you have enough time, come, you will not regret. Anyway, so now I will stop sharing my photos and just give you the word for yeah. Oh, I see some questions here. Wow. Sorry, I was much more into photos. I haven't seen your chat before. So what's the name of the city? It was 10 a.m. I guess it was Koprivnica or Karlovac. Oh, new message. Okay, great. Okay, I will go. So are the sculptures supposed to be commemorating something? They could, but they should. They don't have to. You know, it's just look for a reason for a sculpture. So you can make a sculpture to any thing that you think is important for you. So it can be I don't know, chocolate. It can be, I don't know, butterfly or some feeling, love, affection, boyfriends, girlfriends, mom and dad. So whatever is meaningful to you is, you know, good reason to build a sculpture for. How big is the city clock actually? Oh, it's a Photoshop. So I guess in this I guess it could be like 3 meters high. Okay. Okay, Ying, thank you about this. Great. Issa later. Okay, Issa will ask me something later. Great. Let's see. Gerard, Issa. Okay, is it like a kaleidoscope? Okay. The most of structure memorial. Yes, as I said, Issa, most of those sculptures or structures are memorials. Not because I'm such a fan of memorials, but just because of current situation in Croatia, which is in some kind of post-war period, which it's not, you know, so war finished in 25 years ago, but still there is this need of society to commemorate stuff. So as I said, most of those sculptures, public sculpture that are commemorative, could be just urban sculptures with put with no other reason but to somehow contribute to urban life. Okay, Farah Talib, yes, yeah, it is abstract, but still not. So it's about, yeah. I mean, we can also think about how the words somehow define the subject that they represent. So when the, like in this case, when you talk about bicycles, so the word bicycle is bikiklos, 2 circles. Sometimes it's not like that, but this was so obvious that I just had to use it. Okay, can everyone private message? Okay, so that's Okay, so I came to the finish, and now the new ones. Okay, Isa. Okay, thanks. Yes, I also Farah Talib. I think that's manageable, but I'm there. I will now send you on chat my email address. So anyone who is not able to make Photoshop by themselves can send me. Okay, great. So as I speak, Ying already posted my address. Whoever doesn't have ability or possibility or equipment to do it themselves, they can send me the photo of sculpture and also photo of a position in their city, and then I will make it myself. It's not a big deal. Just I have lots of experience with that, so don't hesitate to send. Also, we can discuss in email correspondence about whether we should change something or whatever. I will also type my website address. Okay, so you can see some of my other works there. There are very different things like some art machines and video works and whatever. So if you have time and interest, I would love from you to look, maybe to see the wider picture of what I do. So Ying, I think it's now close to 1 hour of speech. So if you have any of you any questions or anything, please just ask.
I think it's fantastic how you share your experience, and I think it's great for students to absorb and get inspiration from. To be clear for the homework, due is on November 4th, right? 10 days from now.
Yes.
Ideally, if students can do Photoshop in one image with their artwork and city, would be great. If they are not able to do the Photoshop, what you need is two images from them. One is the image of the sculpture. One is the image where they want to place the sculpture. They should be the same angle for the sunlight, too easy to put onto Photoshop. And the next session is on November 7th, and we're going to discuss and share their presentation. Do you need them to do a short presentation on the November 7th about their idea, or mostly as you giving the comment about the sculpture and the installation?
Yes, I think it would be perfect if we could all discuss about the sculpture. Just you know, when you discuss other people's work, then you widen your ability to understand even your art. So I think what would be perfect. So there they are, those beautiful girls. They left. Shame. Anyway, so yeah, it would be great if we could all discuss, especially so in the first point, it would be great to discuss with the author, but also everybody else will be invited to join in and to see, you know, how people think about their art.
Yeah, great, perfect. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alem. Some of you have sent me your email address. Oh, there's one more question from Aquilia. Compulsory to do. What do you think, Mr. Allen?
Well, it would be great. I mean, this is not a school that you have your assignments, but since we don't have grades and we just are discussing art, it would be really, you know, good to have also your ideas to be possible. Oh, so it would be great to see all everybody's work, even if you have somebody that wasn't able to join the meeting. They are, you know, if you tell them what they can do, of course we have enough space, time, and abilities and will to do it, you know, to discuss everything.
Yeah. Two more questions. What is the sculpture dedicated to again?
Well, again, you have to decide. You have to decide what is something that you want to dedicate your sculpture to. So, as I said, it could be the range of dedications from you know, favorite fruit to favorite guy or girl or emotion or movie or whatever. So just, I know that it is a bit harder when you don't have an assignment. So if I said, okay, make a sculpture dedicated to, I don't know, your favorite football team, that it would be maybe easier. But maybe contemplating about what is important to you would also be meaningful and important. So, and Isa Gerard, so it doesn't have to be abstract. It can be everything. Also, if you have more ideas, we can deal with more ideas. It's not a problem. So yeah, everything is open, which is the problem for anybody who is used for assignments. So this time there's no assignment, but to do something, and then we will discuss it. Don't be afraid about discussion. We will be very nice to you. Then okay, okay, aha. So yeah, you should. What's wait? It can be. Of course, yeah. Yes, Fidelia. Yes, you can create a sculpture, or you can create any kind of any other kind of object. So if you are more into painting, then you can make a painting of mural that will be put on the tissue of the city. So think about how you can change your space around you to make it more beautiful for being there, and to enjoy your city, to offer your fellow citizens some new quality of life. Medium. These were I mean, two photographies that you photoshopped. So I guess there are many applications that you can use for photoshopping. I use Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. That's the question. Yes, you can use clay, but also since the topic of whole this ViaRT project is recycling, maybe you can think about using recycled materials. That would be somehow good connection to previous workshops and to task that ViaRT project has in this project. So of course you can use. So I'm giving you too much opportunity or possibilities, but anything you can use, even aluminum foil or I don't know, whatever you think. So in this medium of Photoshop, everything is allowed. When you go to a real making of art, then you have to think about how to make a sculpture that is resistant to weather conditions, to people passing by, kicking it, and so on and so on. But in Photoshop, you know, the sky is the limit. Whatever you think is possible, it is possible. So let's get crazy.
Great. One of the other students is asking, is there any theme? What I understand is anything is important to you. So anything, basically.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So is everyone clear? Any more questions?
Okay, so let's just say once more. You have my email address up there. Ying, could you please just write it down again? You're very fast in typing. And the deadline is 4th of October for
November
the
4th? Yeah.
October, 4th of October, yes, am I right?
Oh yeah, no, 1st of November.
4th of, oh, sorry. Yeah. That would be, yeah, of course, 4th of November. And we will have another meeting on 7th of November where we will discuss your works. And also, if you visit my webpage, and then if you have some questions about some of my other works, I will be happy to discuss about that too. Okay.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Alem. And thank you everyone who attended. And we are so looking forward to your submission for this workshop, and sculptures matters to you and where you want to place it. Great. Thank you everyone. If you have any questions, email us.
Okay.
We'll see you November 7th.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.